Hey everybody, my name is Trey Garrison. It is really cold. The sun's right in my eyes, but I'll try and get this out for you really quickly anyway. This is your health moment. The spot you come to learn a little bit more about your health and hopefully educate you to where you can be a little healthier every single day. Alright, what I'm going to talk to you about today is sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is a pretty natural process. It is the medical terminology for natural muscle loss. A process that happens over many, many years as you grow older. The guy I want to talk to you about today, someone I read about in this article here. Gentleman's name is Gianni Metalazzo. He's a PhD and exercise physiologist at Oregon State University. He does a number of research on gentlemen from the ages of about 40 to 80 with osteoporosis. So what Metalazzo found is that at about age 25, each of us guys, we reach a pinnacle of our muscular status. We have more muscle then than we will ever have naturally in our lives. And what that means is that if we were to change the variables, we start working out a lot more later on in life than we did in the beginning, we're still going to see some increases in muscle mass. We could even forego those original restraints and have more muscle mass than we've ever had in our lives. But that's a little bit tougher to do. And this is why, because after age 25, you start to lose muscle mass at about 10% per year. Alright? Until about age 50, that's the rule. After age 50, it gets even worse. A lot of things happen at age 50. Your production of testosterone really goes down. Your production of human growth hormone, that really goes down. And there's a couple other things that you slow down in producing, and that really decreases your ability to maintain your muscle mass. So that's led to a couple different changes in policy amongst a lot of different people. There's a gentleman here with a very challenging name. I will disclaim from the beginning, I'm probably going to screw this up. Is a Wojtek Sajiko. Best I can do. He's a PhD and professor of kinesiology and community health at the University of Illinois and a fellow of the American College of Sports Medicine. And what he says is that they've used to, as we're all aware, they used to tell older adults, don't lift weights, don't use resistance training, it's dangerous. They've come to the conclusion now, after really researching all this a little further, that they need resistance training more than the rest of us even. There's a very interesting note in here that the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention now recommend a couple rounds of resistance training a week. On that same note, Robert Wolf, a PhD professor of geriatrics at the University of Arkansas, says that muscle function can improve sometimes robustly with resistance training even after the onset of sarcopenia, something that somebody in geriatrics would deal with quite a lot. Guys, what you can take away from this is that the older you get, the harder it's going to be to obtain the physique and the strength that you want to have, and to protect yourself by doing so from future diseases like osteoporosis and sarcopenia. So the earlier you can get started on a resistance training plan, the better off you are. Cardio plans, things like that, they are not an adequate substitute for resistance training. To build muscle, you have to challenge the muscle, and just running and jumping and all those other fun things is not enough to make that happen. To keep that in mind, I hope this has been helpful to you. Hope it'll help you with your health goals in the new year here. Again, my name is Trey Garrison. This has been your health moment. Subscribe, keep coming back. The next thing we're going to put up here is, I think, a review of, I'm not sure which products yet, but I'm going to pick a product or two that we all use, or most of us use on a daily basis, and review whether or not they are healthy or not. It's so cold.